So this is our learning target for today. Can I have a volunteer to read it? Danielle?
I can contribute to a class discussion by speaking and listening.
Can you guys try to talk to the person next to you and try and rephrase that in your own words in about 30 seconds?
By talking out loud and listening to what my peers say, we can have a discussion about what we're learning. We're talking about.
Take what people are saying.
Do we all feel
use that to
comfortable?
fix my understanding of the text and then
Do we all feel
share
comfortable with
so
that?
it helps someone else.
With the learning target? Do we feel comfortable understanding what it means? So why is it important? Is it important to contribute to a class discussion? In general?
If we don't contribute, there's no discussion.
Good answer. Yeah, speaking and listening allows us to engage in learning in multiple ways. So can everybody get out a piece of paper and make a T-chart? So one line vertically and one line horizontally. On the heading on the left, you're gonna write I speak. On the heading on the right, you're gonna write I listen. So the overarching theme of this unit has been empathy. We've been reading multiple personal narratives that are from one character's perspective. So we read The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, and we read Inside Out and Out Again. So I want us to, we've talked a lot about empathizing with characters, and I want us to be able to practice that with each other before we lead into a writing assignment. So what I'm going to have you do is pick a partner that you don't normally pair up with. So if you normally pair with the person next to you, pair with someone else. If you normally pair with someone across the room, pair with someone else. I'm going to give you about a minute to think of an event in your life. It can be small, it can be large, but that had a significant effect on who you have become as a person. It can be positive or negative. Junior in The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian shares a lot of experiences. We learn he's born with some medical issues, into poverty, and it seems like there's a lot of negative stuff going on, but also he has a family who he loves, a community that's mostly supportive. So it's not just the negative experiences that form who we are. And I thought I'd share one first so that it makes more sense, you seem more comfortable, and try and pick something that you wouldn't mind sharing with the class or sharing with someone else. So if it's too deeply personal, maybe try to think about something else. So something that really shaped my entire life was I got very ill when I was in the 7th grade. I spent a month in the hospital and then 2 months at home in bed rest. So during this time I couldn't go to school. School district sent out someone to try and help me keep up with my classes. But I still felt really detached from my friends and from the community. And I had one English teacher who would visit the hospital. And he would bring me books because he knew that I liked to read, and he would talk to me about them. It wasn't just about school. And this had an effect on the rest of my life. It reaffirmed my love for reading, and it made me want to be an English teacher. So why don't you guys, I'll give you a minute. If you want to jot down some notes on what you want to talk about, that's great. If you just want to think of it, that's fine. I'll give you like 30 seconds, and then I'm going to ask you to find a partner.
Could you restate the question?
Hmm?
Could you restate the question?
Yeah, so think of an experience in your life that shaped who you are. Could be positive or negative, could be large or small. Okay, now go ahead and pair up with someone that you would not normally pair up with. And if you happen to pair up with someone who you normally pair up with, because there's 30 of you, I will repair you with someone that you're unfamiliar with. So do your best to pair with someone that you don't know of. Ready, go. Which means some of you are going to have to get up. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay, yeah, sorry, that's fine. So while you're, you can have a group of 3. Or this, here, you two are a group. You can be a group, that's fine. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to tell your story and to listen to your partner tell their story. while this is happening, I want you to check on your teacher when you're listening and when you're speaking. And this is going to be one way that we can make sure we're both getting time to talk and listen. Doesn't matter who starts first. So go ahead, I'll give you 3 minutes. No, I'll give you 1, I'll give you 5. I know. So go ahead.
I can go first. Significant moment in my life was I was a sophomore in high school, and I thought I was doing fine in my classes, but my honors English teacher approached me when had me come in after class to speak with him, and was saying that like if I didn't start improving in my work and putting in more effort, that he was going to have me, sent down to the other English class because he didn't feel like I was putting in honors effort. And so I didn't want that to happen. I loved English. I felt like I was really understanding the concepts and I felt like I was capable to be there in honors. And so it really inspired me to work harder. And that was like the moment where it clicked. And so I became a better student and really focused in, and my grades improved. And then I had that same English teacher for 2 more years doing AP, and it went really well, and I learned a lot. And now here I am trying to be an English teacher.
One moment that shaped me is when I was a freshman in high school, and we had volleyball tryouts, and all of my friends made the team, and I didn't make the team. And so that whole season, my mom encouraged me to go to the games because my friends were on the team, and I wanted to make the team.
If you haven't switched partners, you may want to do so.
So I went to every game and tried out again next year and made the team. But it taught me to work hard and to not give up, and if something goes wrong in my life, to still support other people. That it's not all about me, it's about my friends also.
Was that really hard to do?
It was very difficult to do. I think I cried. Every time I went to a game, I think I went home and cried.
So understandable.
Every time.
Great. Thanks for sharing that.
Okay, now that hypothetically, I've given you all 15-ish minutes to talk to each other and to write notes and to check in your boxes, I would give you a short introduction to the writing assignment, which is going to be that you're going to stay with the person that you're paired with, you'll interview each other, and then you're going to write a personal narrative from their perspective. So I want you to try and think of literally about what it would be able to be like in somebody else's shoes. And that's it.